just because God isn't answering a prayer doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. And what I mean by that is that sometimes you have to suffer and you have to rebuild yourself. Sometimes you need everything to fall apart to come together again. And what I realized in my life is that there have been times where like I've prayed, I'm like, God, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, and then it doesn't happen. But you gotta realize that prayer without action, you won't be able to receive what God has for you. Because in order for you to receive what God has for you, you need to become the man that can accept that blessing. God will never, ever give you too much that you can't handle. And that's for the blessings as well, too. Why would he give you $1 million if you don't have good financial habits? Why would he give you a relationship if you don't love yourself and you haven't worked on yourself? Why would he, there's just so many things that we don't really think about, with our faith and everything like that. And we think God neglected us. But God never neglected us, He never neglected us, And I was sitting in the car yesterday, I was door dashing, and I was like, wow, I'm so grateful that some of these things hasn't happened that I've wanted yet, because if I would have got it, I either would have fell back into the same sin, I wouldn't be able to appreciate it. 2, 3, I wouldn't have been ready for it. So even if I would have got it, I would have lost it. And what I realized is that sometimes what you think you're building for yourself, God is building something way beyond greater than me and you. And we have to allow God to live in our house. We have to give, the keys to God and allow God to tear the house down and rebuild. And that's what I'm learning in this season right now is that, it's good to pray, for sure. And it's good to ask for wisdom. That's something I've been working on too, is praying and being intimate with God and, asking for wisdom. But at the same time, just because he doesn't answer your prayers at that exact moment doesn't mean that God doesn't love you. Sometimes you have all you need right in front of you, but you're waiting for the next thing to, occur. You're waiting for the next moment, the next opportunity, when sometimes God wants you to be in the now and, be present. Be present. Enjoy the struggles. Enjoy the, the beautiful view of life. To enjoy, everything. The air you breathe, the food you eat, the house that you're in, the apartment that you're in, the friends you're around. Things are not perfect. Things will never be perfect. But sometimes God will not allow certain things to happen because you are not ready. And don't get me wrong, we don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Sometimes we want it. We're like, all right, we've been working for a year, 2, 3, 4 years, and still hasn't, obtained it. And that's okay. But it's probably because you're not ready for it. Think about it. Sit there with yourself. Ask yourself these questions. If God gave you the thing that you want, would you be able to consistently, keep it? Would you fall back into some of the same sins? Sometimes you have to go from your old self to your new self. You have to cross over to a new path in order to be able to, be born again. In order to be able to, become a new you. To become righteous. And a lot of us don't think about that. A lot of us just pray and pray and pray. But we have to do the constant actions. We have to stay consistent. We have to show up. And there's something I was watching yesterday on YouTube, and it was like, you don't want your relationship with God to just be transactional. Like you're just going to the bank to just withdraw money, withdraw, and you're not giving no deposits. You don't want it to be like that. And I don't want my relationship with God to be like that either. I don't want to just come to God when I need something. I want to come to God when, I'm in the highs of my life. I'm in the lows of my life. I'm sad, angry, happy, always, building that relationship. Because you wouldn't want your personal relationship to be transactional, would you? Would you want people to just take from you and not give anything? you know? So why be like that with God? And that's probably why some of our prayers haven't, been answered. God hears our prayers. Every single prayer you pray, He hears. Does that mean that each one will be answered? No. Does that mean that it will happen on our time? No. And I'm learning to trust God's will, to give over my life so He can work through me. And, it'll be a we effort, not I, not Him. It'll be we. We can get through this. You and God. And it's just something that just crossed my mind that I just thought about. And I'm like, wow, like a lot of us, we think we need this, we need that. But what we need right now is to become new again. To learn from our old mistakes. To learn from our old sins. Because that blessing is waiting. God has probably been waiting to elevate you for a long period of time, but you've been stuck in the same habits, the same routine, the same, situationships, the same relationships, the same friendships, the same, just the same old. Maybe He wants you to do something new, do something different. And I'm learning to do that, When I'm on here, I'm not just gonna preach, do this, do that, do this. I don't want it to be that. I'm just, sharing my story of my life and my opinions of what I have on my mind. And I feel like, for me, like, that's my way of being, authentic. Is I'm not going to put on a show just because I got a camera in front of my face. If I'm struggling with something, I will definitely, admit it and talk about the things I've struggled with, I'm just a college student, document my life, that's it. But, sometimes the things that you think you need are not what you need. Sometimes the things that you need is within. To figure out your current situation and the direction you want to go in life. So take your time, trust God, pray, and just think about that. Like, would you want your relationship with people to be transactional? If the answer is no, then don't have a transactional relationship with God. Don't just withdraw. Give, pour in, talk to God, speak, pray, cry, do whatever you need to do. Because He never abandons us. We abandon Him. He never leaves us or distance Himself from us. We do that. Don't become angry with God just because life isn't going your way. Life isn't fair for nobody. We all have our struggles. But it's about enjoying the process. Enjoying day to day, enjoying the moments, appreciating the beauty of life. You already have what you need from within, so just look within, chase that, and just go be with God. My name is Marius Fairley. I make a lot of, content about just document my life, my experiences, about different things. So if you want to follow, subscribe, leave a like, whatever suits you, I appreciate the support. And my goal is to just inspire one person, uplift someone. Because I know there's someone out there that wants to end their life. I know there's someone out there that wants to, not live no more. But you are enough. And you will get past this. Whatever you're going through, it will pass. Just trust God, have that faith, and just know that we love you. Peace.